Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I want to share with you my simple 10 to 15 minute routine for getting ready in the morning. And I've shared with you my morning routine in the past as well as my makeup collection. And so today I thought it would be fun just to go a little bit more in depth and show you my process for what my makeup, skincare, and hair care looks like on a daily basis. And keep in mind this is something that changes a little bit from day to day. But overall, I would say that 5 days a week, this is exactly what it's going to look like. So yeah, let's dive right into this. We're going to be talking about my skincare, makeup, and hair care. And let's start the timer, I guess, and get right into this. And let's get started with skincare. Now, I usually just wash my face with plain water each day. I find that a lot of cleansers and exfoliators really actually irritate my skin, but I am a big believer in using moisturizer. So I'm just using the Acure Brightening Day Cream here, and this is something that I have been loving, honestly, for probably 2 years now. I've used this pretty consistently. I have tried a lot of other moisturizers in the past, but none work quite as well as this. So this is a Brightening Day Cream, and so I think that it really does a great job of doing exactly what that title says. I feel like it gives my skin just kind of this brightness, this glow to it that I really, really love. And I think I do benefit a little bit from having younger skin and that I don't need quite as many skincare products. I usually just do moisturizer in the morning and in the evening, and that's kind of the extent of it. But I like to just kind of go through my face, my neck, kind of getting my under eye area and then patting it in a little bit. I feel like just helps it moisturize and just absorb it a little bit better. My skin does really like this though, and I find that, you know, I love Acure because their moisturizers are pretty clean ingredients wise, but one issue I can sometimes have with clean moisturizers is that they don't really soak in that well into your skin, but I don't really find that's ever an issue with this one. And it just smells really amazing. Loud car going by behind us, but yeah, so that's kind of the extent of my skincare. I really keep it simple and find that my skin likes that best. But next up, let's talk about makeup. And I'm not a big fan of foundation, but I do love a good BB cream or tinted moisturizer. So this is the Dew Skin Tinted Moisturizer from the brand Beauty Counter. And I really do enjoy just having something that's going to give light coverage. I find that foundations, especially for my skin, I don't love covering up blemishes and things like that. Also why I don't use a concealer. So I really do find that just using a little bit of tinted moisturizer or BB cream is exactly what I'm looking for. It's not going to hide up anything, but it just evens out my skin tone a little bit, and I can be prone to redness in my cheeks, so it's perfect for that. So I'm just gonna stare at this mirror over here while I finish applying it. And so I do think that we're looking pretty good with that. Maybe I could use with a little bit more of a tan for this to be a perfect color match for my skin, but I'm happy with it. The next step, once we finished up with our moisturizer, is to move on to doing my brows. And I use the Late Brow Balm to fill in my eyebrows, and I do have naturally pretty thick eyebrows, but I definitely get some patches, especially kind of in the corners and the arches of my brows. So this is the color Smoke Brow Balm, and I just use it to fill in some of those more slightly patchy areas. We're not drawing in eyebrows anywhere, but just kind of trying to fill them in a little bit. And then on the other end of this nice little brow tool, I think it's also from Olay, is a spoolie, so I'll just use that to put them in position because my eyebrows can definitely be a bit unruly at times. And so we'll just go in on both sides, and I think this is the third brow balm from Olay that I've ordered, and I think it's a really cool company. They use a lot of clean ingredients, very sustainable, and their brow balm is actually refillable, which is really cool. So really enjoy using that, and I find that it works pretty well for me. So that is what we're looking at eyebrow wise. And then let us move on. So once I've done face, eyebrows, sometimes I will put on a little bit of blush on my cheeks, and this is the RMS Lip to Cheek stain. But to be honest, I use it pretty rarely. It's probably once or twice a week, and I'm trying to show you a typical getting ready with me, so we'll skip that for now. But let's move on now to doing eyeshadow. And my eyes are my favorite feature on my face, and so they are something that I like to spend a few extra minutes just highlighting and bringing out a little bit. I think it's really cool if we use makeup not to hide what we're, I guess, kind of uncomfortable with or the things that we're more insecure about, but instead to highlight our favorite features. So for example, I don't use concealer, and so you feel it closely, you can definitely see some red spots from hormonal acne on my skin. But I think that if we can use makeup really just to bring out our favorite features, like that's, I think, why we should be using makeup or how we should be using makeup. I guess that's just my personal opinion. But for me, it's just one of those fun things that lets me draw attention to one of my favorite features. So as far as eyeshadow, what I'm doing right here is using this kind of pinky, medium pink color to cover the vast majority of my eye. And then I have just used this lighter kind of beige color in my creases. I might put a little bit more in this one here just to even it out. And then just taking some time to blend it in. This eyeshadow trio is once again from Elate, and it does have one darker color in it, but typically I'll only put that on if I'm going to film or if I am going to an event. So I do use it pretty frequently, but I'd say on a daily basis, it's just those lighter two colors that I use. And then after I've put on a little bit of eyeshadow, I then move on to eyeliner. This is the 24/7 Urban Decay eyeliner. I think it's in the color Demolition. And I have been using this, I think, since middle school. And I really like using pencil eyeliner just because it is, sorry, this is hard to talk while I'm doing this because it's very finicky. But I really like using pencil eyeliner just because I find it a lot more forgiving than liquid, and this stuff really does stay on very well. So I'm gonna quit talking while I finish this because I'm afraid I'm gonna puncture my eye. Okay, Christopher just jumped in there, so I edited that a little bit out, but I think we're looking pretty good there. I do wear eyeliner pretty frequently just because I have a pretty thin lash line. Like, my hair is very thin, my eyelashes are the same, so I just like putting on a little bit extra there because I feel like it gives it more definition to my upper lash line. Don't really do anything with my lower lash line unless I'm trying to, you know, get dressed for an event or something like that, just because I don't feel like it adds that much. And then the last thing that I'll add makeup wise is mascara, and I have never really found the perfect mascara. I do like this one I'm using currently pretty well. This is the Beauty Counter Volumizing Mascara. But if anyone has any like clean beauty mascara recommendations, let me know. So yeah, next up I'll just put on a couple layers of mascara, and then we're pretty much done with this. Like I said, this isn't something that I want to take a long time, just enough so that I feel kind of my best and most ready to face the day, if you will. Okay, I am going to, because I've been doing this in the side mirror of my camera, just check here to make sure that I'm not hopefully destroying anything, but I think we're looking pretty good there. Awesome. So yeah, that probably takes me about 7 minutes, I would say. And then the next step of this is just to do my hair, and my hair does hold curl pretty well. And so it does actually have some kind of residual curl left in it from the day before, and that tends to be the case. But I do like to just fix it up a little bit sometimes, and this definitely isn't something that I do every day, but if I'm going out or something like that, I do just like to make sure that my hair is looking, I mean, its best without going too far. So like this right here is kind of going weird directions. So I would fix that. And I just use a curling iron that I essentially use it as a wand and just wrap kind of the bottom section of my hair around it, probably the bottom half of my hair, just to give the natural ways that I had a bit more definition. I usually brush the top, which leaves it pretty straight, and then we'll put a little bit of curl in the bottom. On days where it's more humid, on days where it is not humid, then I'll just put air, you know, let my hair air dry and put some curling cream in it and roll with that. I like having kind of a looser wave on the whole though, so that might have actually been too tight, but it's okay. So yeah, I'll just kind of fix up my hair, and if I need to, I can always curl it kind of from beginning to end in about 7 minutes. So it doesn't take long at all, maybe 10 minutes if I'm really putting some effort in, but just kind of cleaning this up right here. But I don't think there's much we need to do to it right now. I think it looks pretty good. Just a little bit of wave, just how I like it. So that's really my routine for getting ready, other than, you know, obviously getting dressed, which I already am. And then, you know, I didn't show you putting on deodorant or brushing my teeth, but I do that every day as well, obviously. And then I really like doing a couple final touches. So for me, putting on a little bit of jewelry is definitely something that I enjoy. So I almost always will have at least one necklace on, but I often like layering necklaces. And sometimes I'll put on rings. It all just kind of depends on what I'm feeling that day. Sometimes it depends on whether or not I'm going to be seeing people, but then again, I also am a big believer in getting fully dressed, whether or not I'm seeing anyone. I think that looks pretty good. Oh, did that catch on my hair? Lovely. There we go, that's better. So yeah, that is my routine for getting ready. It takes 10 to 15 minutes a day, and it does vary a little bit from day to day. So there are definitely days where I like to make sure that I'm not putting any heat on my hair just so I'm not frying it. And then also other days where I'll go completely makeup free and just let my skin breathe. Even though I do put on fairly minimal makeup each day, sometimes it is good just to have a bit of a rest day. But yeah, like I said, I would say probably 5 days a week. This is pretty similar to what my routine looks like, although my hair does probably go up in a bun 3 of those days. But I hope that you enjoyed just kind of getting this glimpse into it, and that maybe it gave you some inspiration on how you might be able to simplify your process of getting ready each morning. I know that I personally used to spend 45 minutes or an hour getting ready each day, and honestly, it was kind of overkill. Yes, I do definitely enjoy spending a bit of time each day getting ready and making it so that I feel my best. But I think that we can strike this balance of being able to spend that time doing some self-care and some getting ready and having fun with it, while also not obsessing over that process and maybe focusing too much on our looks. I think that there's definitely a balance to be struck there, and I feel like personally for me, this is where I've landed at, that healthy balance, but hopefully it inspires you to maybe try to find what works well for you as well. That's it for today though. If you enjoyed this video and you're here for the first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more minimalism, intentional living, and decluttering inspiration coming at you twice a week. And then finally, let me know in the comments below, what is one thing you do each day that when you do it, you just feel ready to face the day? I think for me personally, that one thing is putting on moisturizer. I don't know what it is about that, but I never quite feel like I've woken up and started my day until I've done that. So let me know what that is for you in the comments below, but I hope you enjoyed this one. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and then I forgot the most important part of this process. I put on chapstick every day. It is something of a necessity for me, and never miss a day. So yeah, that's it. For real this time. Bye.